Hello dear student, I'm Dr. Smita. Hello dear student, I'm Dr. Smita Pakhode and today we are going to discuss metabolism of xenobiotic. Xenos means strong or strange, that means foreign. So this xenobiotics includes the metabolism of foreign particles which get entry in our body in the form of different compounds which we use day to day. Even they are integral part of our food what we eat every day. So let me share my screen. So we are going to discuss metabolism of xenobiotic, and here I would like to show you that we have discussed what are xenobiotics. These are the foreign molecule of different origin, and most of the time these are the drugs what we eat every day, like antihypertensive, the anti-epileptic drugs are this all. Even every food, mostly the packaged food, it contains food additive, and these additives are also the foreign to our body. Not every green leafy or vegetable or fresh fruit is free from any pesticide. So knowingly or unknowingly, every day we are consuming this foreign particles in our body. So our body react in three different ways with this chemicals, and mostly these chemicals, remember that mostly these chemicals are toxic. So our when if these are not treated and left like this, left when these are not treated and left like hello, am I audible? Hello, dear student. I hope that I am audible to you all. And today we are going to discuss metabolism of xenobiotic. Now, the word stands for strange. Strange means foreign. So this xenobiotics it deals with the metabolism of foreign compound which enters in our body in different way. So let's see how it is metabolized, because if it is not metabolized in proper way, it would harm to our body. And let's see how does it take part. So this is a lecture, Metabolism of Xenobiotic, and it is also known as a detoxification. But there is little bit of difference between the metabolism of xenobiotic and detoxification, and that would be clarified in next slide. As we all know that these are the foreign molecules of different origin. Mostly we consume them in the form of drugs like antihypertensive, anti-epileptic drugs. People take this drug for a long time. Even food additives, we don't know, like citric acid, and these are used in the form of food preservative, flavor enhancer, and even every uh, a fresh leafy vegetable or the fruit doesn't come without pesticide. So these all compounds, they are toxic to the body, and they should be dealt very carefully by the body. So there are different pathways by which this xenobiotic is metabolized in our body. First of all, when it is not taken care of, if it is remained as it is, what will happen? As they are toxic. So these compounds mostly they harm DNA and RNA. Either some compounds have direct action of DNA like unwinding of the strand, then removing of nucleotide, or sometimes this action is also mediated through the uh, reactive oxygen species. So free radicals are also induced, which will again harm DNA and RNA. As DNA and RNA are harmed or they are injured, that will lead to the abnormal formation of proteins, and that may cause cell injury. And if it is serious, it even may cause the cell death. Now let's see what is the another part by which the xenobiotics can be dealt with. Sometimes this toxic compounds they are converted into most toxic compound. For example, like there are few pro-carcinogen. Now these few pro-carcinogen, they are converted into carcinogen, means less toxic is converted into more toxic. So this type of transformation, which occurs in biological system. This is known as biotransformation. Okay, so this is what is a biotransformation. Biotransformation is a process by which the toxic compound is converted into more toxic chemical, and this occurs in our body. So this is biotransformation. Now let's see which is the another third pathway by which these compounds are dealt with. So most of the compound, they undergo series of enzymatic chemical reaction, and this chemical reaction, they convert this compound into less harmful and water soluble compound. What is the advantages of making it water soluble? As we all know, that anything which is water soluble, it can be excreted through the kidney. So being less harmful and water soluble, these are excreted in the urine. So by this pathway, we are reducing toxicity of this compound, and it is helping to exit this compound out of our body. So actually we are detoxifying our body from this compound. That's why this process is known as detoxification. Okay, so detoxification is conversion of toxic compound or the xenobiotics into less harmful and water soluble compounds so that it can be exited in the urine. So we have studied three different pathway or three different metabolism through which the xenobiotics can undergo. Now let's see what is the detoxification. Detoxification is one of the part of metabolism of xenobiotic. So what is a detoxification? We have already seen, just now we are putting it into the word. So it can be defined as it's a biochemical changes proceeding in the body which converts molecule foreign to the body to the compounds that are more readily excitable and less harmful. Though definition is very self-explanatory, but you can remember this in the simpler way. Like it's a biochemical process of converting foreign or toxic compound into less toxic and easily excitable compound is known as a detoxification. So can we revise? So this is biochemical process. I'm sorry. It's a biochemical process of converting foreign toxic compound into less toxic and easily excitable compound is known as a detoxification. Now don't confuse this detoxification with biotransformation. Now let's see what are the sources of xenobiotic. Mostly every day we are consuming this xenobiotic. Sometimes we know it and most of the time we don't know them also. So as we all know, this is the very like benzene, detergent, dyes and bleaching agent. They are integral part of laundry which is carried every day in our house, and these chemicals also do enter in our body. Then another important part is cosmetics which are applied on the skin like lipstick and hair dye. So these cosmetics also contain different chemicals which are potentially harmful. The food additives we know like citric acid, then monosodium glutamate you must have heard. It is a product which is this is added in the every Chinese food, and that enhances the flavor. So this like other like sunflower lecithin, then disodium even sorbic acid. These are the compounds which acts as a food preservative. Even some compounds acts as an antioxidant. They enhance flavor and even they stabilize and they are emulsifiers. So these food additives are also has a potential toxicity. Now coming to the pesticides, you can see every green or fresh fruit, if even after washing, they carry few amount of pesticide with them. So this is another source. Now even in our body, there are bacterial metabolite like secondary bile acid, short chain fatty acid. They are also treated as a strange particle or the foreign particle. Then drugs we have already discussed like different drugs, cardiac glycoside, antihypertensive, even anti-diabetic drugs. They are also they are also metabolized in our body and they are detoxified. So these are the sources of xenobiotics. Okay, now let's see how they are dealt with. So detox, as we are learning detoxification today. So this is the main site of detoxification is the liver. As we all know that liver is it is a central metabolic factory, and it to work, and its main purpose of it is to convert substances from toxic substances into more polar compound so that it can be easily exited out. Now, this detoxification has two main phases. So, first phase of detoxification is conversion of this toxic compound into more soluble compound, and most of the time it is done with the addition of certain groups to it. Though most major process in this is the hydroxylation, but even deamination, desulfuration, epoxidation, and oxygenation, sorry. So these are the chemical pathways which contribute to the phase number 1 of detoxification process. Now in phase 1, we have already converted toxic compound into soluble compound. But in phase 2, we are this already hydroxylated products are again processed, and they are processed to increase their solubility and which increases their polarity. So most of the reaction which occurs in phase 2 are the conjugation reaction, and we can see there are compounds like glutathione, glycine, and glucuronic acid. They combine with this already hydroxylated products to convert it into more soluble and more polar, and which can be excreted in the urine. Now we are going to see phase reactions of phase 1 and phase 2. So phase 1, we already know that it increases solubility. Now and it leads to addition of special functional group so that this product is diverted to the second phase. Now, enzyme system which is involved in phase 1 is the cytochrome P450. Now, this cytochrome P450, it can detoxify both endogenous and exogenous products. Even steroidal enzymes or steroidal products can also be detoxified with help of cytochrome P450. Now, this cytochrome P450 contains enzymes which are known as monooxygenases. Now, monooxygenase enzyme, these enzymes incorporate only one atom of oxygen of the molecular oxygen. So this is the monooxygenase enzyme. You can see here the cytochrome P450. This is a complex molecule, and there are so many reaction and intermediate form in between. So let's see what is the example of phase 1. As we all know, majority reactions are the oxidation reaction or hydroxylation reaction here. So here example like methyl alcohol is converted into oxidized into formic acid. Then benzyl alcohol, it is oxidized into benzoic acid. Even chloral, it is converted into TCA. Now let's see what are the another type of reaction, that is the reduction reaction. So here you can see aldehyde is converted into, it is reduced into alcohol. Picric acid is reduced into picramic acid. P-nitrobenzene, so nitro compound, it is also reduced into P-aminobenzene, and paranitrophenol, it is converted into para-aminophenol. Now coming to the another reaction, which is the hydrolysis. Actually, hydrolysis, it breaks the bond between the molecule. So toxic molecule is broken into small molecule. For example, you can see this X plus XY. This is a toxic molecule. On addition with the water, this bond between X and Y is broken, and you can get this hydroxylated product. Most of the drugs, they are detoxified with the hydrolysis. Like atropine, it is atropine it is detoxified to tropic acid and tropine with help of hydrolysis. Digitalysis is a cardiac glycoside which helps in the cardiac pumping action. This also it is hydrolyzed into alcohol and sugar. Aspirin, we all know, is a aspirin is an analgesic, but even antiplatelet drug. So aspirin is also converted into, it is hydrolyzed into salicylic acid and acetic acid in phase 1 of the detoxification process. Now this, you can see, now we are coming to the phase 2. So phase 2, what will happen? We already processed compounds or already uh, so solubilized compound, they are processed further to increase the solubility. So they convert in phase 2. The hydroxylated products are converted into more polar one, and mostly it is done by conjugating agent, and this agent mostly act on only transformed xenobiotic. So let's see example of it. Is first is glutathione. As we all know, glutathione is small tripeptide, and this consists of 3 amino acids: glutamic acid, cysteine, and glycine. Now we can see the cysteine. This contains sulfhydryl group, and mostly it is found at the active site of this tripeptide. So this cysteine can bind with this alkyl, aryl, or halide group of any compound, or even it binds with aliphatic halide. It binds with alkane, and it also binds with carcinogenic epoxide and polycyclic hydrocarbon. So these compounds get detoxified on conjugation with the cysteine uh, of the glutathione. Now, example of this glutathione is a detoxification of cyclophosphamide. Cyclophosphamide is an anti-cancer compound. Now let's see another example of conjugation reaction. As we all know, is a glycine. Glycine is the smallest amino acid. Now in normal condition, this glycine combines with cholic acid to form glycolic acid. And we know that this glycolic acid acts as a bile acid. We also know that benzoic acid we get from the different fruits and green leafy vegetable. It is also detoxified with the glycine, and it is converted into hippuric acid, which is less toxic and more soluble. Nicotonic acid is a part of different compound. This is also conjugated with the glycine and to form nicotinouric acid. Now here you can see the significance of this formation of first test hippuric acid. This is hippuric acid excretion test is done and comes under the category of liver function test. So loads of sodium benzoate is given to the patient, and hippuric acid is estimated in the urine, and this will indicate the proper functioning of liver. So this is the importance of glycine in the conjugation reaction. Now let's coming to glutamine. Glutamine also it combines with phenylacetic acid to form phenylacetic glutamic acid. Another is the glucuronic acid. We all know that bilirubin is formed by the catabolism of heme, and in normal condition, this bilirubin, which was insoluble, it is made soluble by the conjugation with glucuronic acid. Most of the enzyme which acts here is glucuronyl transferase, and UDP glucuronate act as a glucuronate donor. So in normal condition also bilirubin conjugated to glucuronic acid to form bilirubin diglucuronide, which is easily excreted to the bile. Now even phenol, it is the compound which it is the toxic compound. Uh, it is also conjugated with glucuronic acid to form phenyl glucuronide. Benzoic acid is again conjugated with glucuronic acid to form benzoyl glucuronide, and this is easily excreted. Now, certain drugs like morphine is an analgesic, meprobamate is a tranquilizer, chloramphenicol is one of the antibiotics, and steroidal hormone, and even acetylcholine. These are also excreted by the conjugation with the glucuronic acid. Now, coming to sulfuric acid, you know PAPS is the liver conjugates with the cresol, indole, skatol to form ethereal sulfate. And this methylation of methylation is another reaction, that is the S-ADENOSYL methionine. It is how it is used. The pyridine. It is it is conjugated with the SAM, S-ADENOSYL methionine, and it is converted into N-methyl pyridine. But remember, this N-methyl pyridine is not it is not a less toxic than pyridine. In fact, it is a more toxic than pyridine. So this reaction may count under biotransformation and not in the detoxification. detoxification. Nicotonic acid will also accept the methyl group from N to form N-methyl nicotinic acid, which is less toxic. Acetylation reactions like sulfanilamide plus acetic acid, it forms acetyl sulfanilamide. Now here even PAPA, the para-amino butyric acid, this also accept it is undergo acetylation with acetyl CoA to form acetyl PAPA. Cysteine also, you can see here, this is the acetyl cysteine, it conjugate with chloro-bromo and iodobenzene. So what happened, this cysteine conjugate with this compound to form mercaptopuric acid, and this mercaptopuric acid is easily excitable. So cysteine is used there. Now let's see what are the application of detoxification reaction. Now first, we will see importance of para-amino benzoic acid. So this is the that's hydroquinone and phenylarsine. These are both poison, and they are detoxicated with help of conjugation with para-amino benzoic acid. Coming to thiosulfate, role of thiosulfate. Now, cyanide is very lethal poison, we know, and the sodium thiosulfate, when added to given to the patient with cyanide poisoning, it detoxifies cyanide to form thiocyanine and sodium sulfate. Now, third but very important chemical is a British anti-levicide. This is known as a BAL, and its name is dimercaprol. This is used in different disorders, and you can see it has important function in metabolism. So here how it helps in detoxification. Let's see. Now levicide. It is a compound of organoarsenic group, and along with the levicide, even some heavy metals like mercury, orium, gold, or the cadmium. What they do? This both of them, they inactivate the uh, active site of the enzyme. Actually, it binds with the sulfhydryl group of cysteine, which is present at the active site of enzyme, and they inhibit many enzymes. So because of this inhibition of enzyme, the metabolism is stopped, and that leads to the poisonous effect of this levicide. Even this levicide has been used as a chemical weapon in Second World War. Now, how this BAL will use this British anti-levicide will help. So this inhibit this formation inhibition of enzyme. So it inhibit conversion of active enzyme into inactive enzyme, and that's why this BAL, the British anti-levicide, it acts as an antidote for the levicide poisoning, or it acts as an antidote for heavy metal poisoning. Okay, so here we have already discussed that the levicide was used as a chemical weapon in the World War II, and here BAL was used as an antidote. Now, last is P-bromobenzene. Now we know selenium poisoning is common in high feeding of soil products, and in this case, the selenium. What happened here? Selenium replaces sulfur in cystine and methionine of the body tissue, and that's why it leads to the toxic effect. How does P-bromobenzene help us? So this selenium in our tissue, it combines with P-bromobenzene to form mercaptopuric acid. This mercaptopuric acid, it is soluble and it is excited in the urine. So selenium is excited in the urine in the form of mercaptopuric acid because of the presence of P-bromobenzene. So this is also acts as an antidote for selenium poisoning. So what we have studied in today's lecture, we have studied how the xenobiotics are dealt in different way. We have seen what is a biotransformation, what is a detoxification, and what is a natural condition if any no interaction occurs in our body. So detoxification is a process where the toxic compound is converted into less less toxic and more soluble so that it is excited out. So we have seen the definition of detoxification. Then we have seen what are the different sources for foreign compound. And later on, also saw what are the different phases of detoxification and how they are dealt in our body. And lastly, we have seen how this application of detoxification process is used to come to form the identify antidote of different poisons. Okay, so this we have seen. Now let's see what type of questions are asked in this topic. Mostly the short questions will be asked, and but remember definition of detoxification is most of the time asked. So it will be define detoxification and give 4 examples of conjugation reaction, or either the question can be framed like this: define detoxification and describe the first phase of detoxification. So this chapter is short and crisp also. So if the be ready for this short question and you should never miss it. So this is all in the detoxification. Thank you all, and please do like, share and subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon to see such more videos in our channel. Thank you.